I've now worked with multiple coaches and agency owners who said they were getting decent views on their videos, but their viewers were just not converting, or those that were converting to calls and lead magnets were just broke and couldn't afford their service. And they claimed they're not posting consistently enough or didn't have enough call to actions. But the truth is, see, I've been analyzing thousands of high conversion videos and channels across YouTube. And the real problem is not just volume or call to actions. There's actually other nuances in your content that could be attracting the wrong tier of viewer from the start. And so in this video, I want to break down and reverse engineer with you improving lead quality from the viewer's perspective using high conversion videos and high conversion channels out there. And I'll break this down into, are they clicking? Are they converting? And are they even the right fit to begin with? Let's dive in. So if we imagine you are your ideal customer, you are your ideal client sitting on your couch watching YouTube, let's talk about the first one. Are they clicking? So YouTube is serving your video to them, but they're not clicking, they're not watching. I've come across a lot of channels on YouTube that seem to be making topics around everything that they're interested in, everything under the sun, and not under kind of a personal branding umbrella. The problem with this from a conversion perspective is that it ends up confusing the YouTube algorithm. See, if YouTube serves a video to a particular person and they watch all the way through, then it's most likely the case that it will serve your next video to that same person. And if that video is like off topic or not related to that specific person's interests or problems, pain points, then they won't click, and it'll hurt your click-through rate and basically confuse YouTube to what type of viewer watches your content. And so if you end up having scattered video topics, it is hurting your conversions. And there are a couple ways to fix this. I want to jump into one of the reports that I made for one of these creators. In this report, I went through his target audience wasn't incredibly clear. And so I helped him define who exactly is his target audience. Like, who are they? Give an example. What are their exact top problems and pain points? What do they want? And I found in this case some real comments that are actually reflecting these exact pain points for his target audience. And then from that, built a content resonance strategy, content pillars that he can stick to. And did an analysis of his own videos to show that like which videos on his channel are hitting at his target audience's deepest and most pressing problems and pain points, and which are kind of confusing his own YouTube algorithm. And so what you can do to fix this is write out who exactly is your ideal customer, what are their top problems, pain points, what are their psychographics, their behaviors, what exactly do they want? What I ended up recommending to this other creator who said he claimed that his customers weren't on YouTube, and my software and analyzing found a couple of channels that were targeting his same ideal customer, his same ideal client. So I want to show a couple of these examples, channels where every video is targeting a specific problem, specific pain point, and all of them are focused on that one avatar rather than having scattered topics. So you can see here, mistakes contractors make before starting a construction business, nightmare clients in construction, business owners, construction, contractors. Here's another example. You can see, AI voice agent, voice agents with VAPI, building an AI voice agent. Everything is about AI voice agents for this one channel. And so from a conversion perspective, that is ideal. But if you think this puts you too much in a box, the next best option is to make sure that you're putting your fingerprint on your videos. So if you make a video that is kind of adjacent to a topic, to make sure in the at least mid or end part of your video, you're showing what you provide and the transformations that you've had for your ideal customer. And so you're tying the thread between, this is the topic that I'm interested in, but this is actually what I provide as a business, as a service. And so the ideal customers that are watching this video can see that transformation for them. Which brings me to the second part. After are they clicking, are they actually converting? And so in this case, your ideal customers are watching your videos. They're clicking, but they're not actually converting to your lead magnets, to your calls. And so what's missing is the tying the thread between the value that you're providing in the video and your authority to actually provide a transformation for your clients. And so from a viewer's perspective, we have to tie the connection between the value that we provide in the video and actually getting the viewer to think in their mind, wow, this not only is this creator giving value, but they have provided a transformation for someone else that's just like me. And so what you can do to fix this is by showing more case studies in your videos, showing more client results, client transformations. I'm actually working with a creator on this specific problem and solution, implementing this with her. Basically, we have to tie the thread between providing value and showing you have the authority to provide a transformation for that ideal customer. So I want to actually show you an example of one of the high conversion channels that I've been analyzing and show how exactly she does this in her videos. And so this is Sunny Lenarduzzi, and in every single one of her videos, she always talks about her clients and her client transformations that she's given them. And so let me show you in this intro what she does.
It's pouring in. Meanwhile, sitting quietly in the corner, one of my clients spent $250,000 with exactly 103 subscribers and crossed the $1 million mark with barely 3,500. And yet,
and so she's starting off the video by framing the whole thing around this is a transformation that one of my clients has gone through. And in this other video, she does the exact same thing.
Broken, like something was fundamentally
from one of her clients.
Okay, so these are the words of dissent. One of my clients. But the good news is that once she applied the business model that I teach and that I'm going to share in this video, everything changed for her.
And so she's, again, framing the whole video around this is a transformation that one of my clients has given. So she's framing the video that not just am I providing value, but that I have authority, that I've given transformations to other clients. And so in your own videos, the more that you can talk about clients that you've worked with and tie that thread between the value that you provide and the fact that you have authority, that you've given other clients transformations, the more that will build that trust in your viewer's mind. And so the other part of this is call to actions in your videos. I've seen a lot of creators and channels that kind of leave their viewers hanging at the end of their videos with no call to actions. And so what I've been analyzing from these high conversion channels is that they always have a call to action in their videos. It could be sometimes multiple, it could be to another video that did well on your channel, to a lead magnet, depending on the type of traffic that you expect from this video. If it's for a hot audience, it could be to a more high commitment call to action, but to never leave your most engaged viewers at the end of your video hanging without a call to action, because those that do make it to the end, they need some kind of next step from you to get them to stick around on your channel and continue to watch your videos. And so we've gone through, are they clicking? Are they converting? There's still this one last problem of they're converting, they're signing up for calls, they're consuming lead magnets, but they're not the right fit. They're broke or they can't afford your service. So let's talk about that. So from a viewer's perspective, they're watching, they're converting, they're signing up, they're seeing some kind of value. You're attracting the general audience, but now we have to get into the specifics of words that we use in our videos and how we frame what we provide as a service to weed out the leads that are not qualified from the actual qualified leads. The big idea here is that the words that we use and how we frame the services that we provide will filter out the types of viewers. And so if you're talking about beginner things, beginner topics, beginner words, those will attract those types of viewers. But if you're talking about more advanced techniques and concepts, those will target the more qualified, more advanced viewers that you want as your clients. If you think about a beginner or one of the last calls that you had that you jumped on and they didn't have the money, think about what they were looking for. Things like, they wanted certainty or simplicity. They wanted to a guarantee that they would succeed. They feared failure. They had information overload. And when you compare that to one of your ideal clients or one of your more advanced clients, think about what they were looking for. Things like systems, automations, deep insights, personalized. They think they're this unique snowflake. And so rather than giving them the system that works for hundreds of people, they want the custom tailored insights to their unique snowflake position. And so when you're fixing this, look at the words that you're using in your videos, specifically the problems that you're targeting and how you're framing what you provide, and think about how can you attract more of your ideal client. What problems, what pain points do they have that your beginners or your non-ideal clients don't have? And so you want to start to bridge this gap and target more of the advanced systems saving time rather than the kind of simplicity, proven success, guaranteed confidence, certainty, stuff like that. And so I want to end this section with 2 more examples of showing you what this looks like. Without getting into their videos too deep, I want to show you Dan Coe. You can see the different ways that he frames his videos. So in some, he's literally talking to beginners. Learn this new skill or get left behind, beginner's guide to AI, whereas some of his videos are more in-depth for a more kind of advanced strategic type of person, how to take back control of your life with strategic thinking. And so you can see kind of the differences in how he frames his videos. And the other example is Dan Bolton. I brought him up a couple times on this channel. I think he's probably the best example of targeting an advanced viewer, an advanced client. And so you can see some of these examples of how he frames his videos. How I 2x my coaching biz by increasing LTV, retention secrets, or his VSL here, the weird way I make 25K profit a week in 3 hours a day. So speaking more to that, like rather than doing more, spending more time, something that like a beginner would do, a more advanced client wants to spend less time to save them more time. And so if we click into some of these videos, we'll see in his description, he's again framing what he provides literally by saying, not for beginners, learn how I make 80 to 100K per month profit with 1 hour and 4 hours a day. So he's using words that are targeting a more advanced, client, someone that's further along in their journey rather than those beginners. So the thing that you can actually do is go back to the first part of this. Are they clicking? Look at the problems and pain points that you've identified and go even more narrow, go even more specific and bridge this gap between what does a beginner look like or what does an unideal, unqualified lead look like and what does your best client look like? What problems do they have that your beginners or unqualified don't have? So to tie this all together, are they clicking on your videos? If not, your topics could be too scattered and not hitting at the exact pain points and problems of your target viewer. Are they converting? If they're not, how can you tie your value to more of your authority and case studies and results? And are they even qualified? If not, look at the words that you're using because they could be attracting the wrong tier of viewer and tier of lead. And so from all of these high conversion videos and channels that I've been analyzing, your content can't just educate. It has to filter, pre-sell, and prove that you can provide transformations for your ideal specific clients. If you've been getting leads from your videos, but they're just unqualified, ghosting, broke, asking for free stuff, then you already know what it feels like to be attracting the wrong type of people from your videos. if you want to fix this, I've been running these deep dive reports with creators, diving into their channel, intros, call to actions, topics, and showing people where they're potentially leaking qualified viewers and how to actually attract the people that are ready to buy and not just watch. You can check the link below to see if I have any free slots available. And if not, I will link to more resources in the description, how I've been creating these deep dive reports to help creators tighten up their funnel and actually attract better clients, better conversions from their videos. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Peace. I've now worked with multiple coaches, and I don't know how to do this because they weren't posting consistently. I feel like I'm suffocating in here. I feel like I'm dying in here. Oh, man. Why is this so difficult? That didn't really make any sense, but I'm going to go with it. Case that they will serve. That was pretty good. I feel like it was usable. Let's use it.